Alright, it is a good morning. Today was a little bit of a funky session, but let's go through it. So initially there were these highs up here, which I was looking for. And there's this fair value gap in here with these equal lows, which got cleared out. So in the morning, I had these equal lows, this fair value gap, and these equal highs drawn out. So I wanted to see if the highs would get taken and then we could look for sells, or if the lows would be taken, then we would look for buys. So the lows were taken, and I was looking for buys in here. There was a tiny little fair value gap. This could have been an entry, but on the 5-second there was nothing particularly interesting, so I didn't take a trade here. And then we ran it up into the highs, no entry, all up in here, which was kind of annoying, but honestly it's fine. Also dollar, a lot of the time up until here was just in the same direction, and then this would have been a nice entry, but there was nothing on the 5-second chart for me to take. So yeah, then I thought I would close my charts, but when I saw this hold the bearish fair value gap, I was like, okay, maybe we can get some sells into this fair value gap, into these lows, and we did. So I took 2 trades, 1 loss, 1 win. So let's look at that. Where's my stop? Okay, there we go. So I took 1 stop out right over here, on this bearish 5-second fair value gap. Ultimately this range did hold, so I just got a little bit unlucky that it ran there one more time before going lower. But today was a very slow, choppy day, which is to be expected when we have red folder news later in the afternoon, and also when yesterday was a humongous 500 point range day. So today we are expecting it to be a little slower, but honestly it's fine. We took a little stop, so I am copy trading all four accounts, and I'm trading 3 micros on every single one per trade. So yeah, we took like 40 bucks of a loss over here. I did kind of want to put my entry up here, but I don't know, I'm not that confident yet, because I saw this fair value gap and this fair value gap. And I was like, okay, well, we have the 1-minute order block, which I have drawn out right over here. So how perfect would it be if I just entered right here? But I just thought, like, let's not do that, because I don't like entering on wicks, because yes, it could just hold this and then we'd have a beautiful entry and it would just run perfectly to our targets. But the other alternative is that if it comes up here and it just wants to wick a little bit through it, then we just get stopped out immediately, which kind of sucks. And I guess that's just what, like, ultimately as I improve as a trader, I'll be more confident and I'll realize that this is a good entry to take, especially when it's lined up with a 1-minute order block and fair value gap. And that would have been pretty nice, but we didn't take that. What we did was we waited for this kind of weird price action to play out, and then we entered as soon as this bearish fair value gap held. We entered. I was trying to enter here, but like once this rejected, I was just in on market. Yeah, so my stop was right here, not above here, but above here, because this is an inverse fair value gap / balance price range with the bearish fair value gap. And then my targets were this fair value gap and these lows. Once these equal lows formed, I kept my stop up here because there is like this kind of low resistance trendline liquidity, which I didn't want to get hit if it wanted to just come up here and then reverse. And that's kind of what it did. It came up, it didn't run the complete highs, but it came almost up to the complete highs, and then it swept these lows. So my first partial was over here. So this was, I mean, this is not the best price action. The trade is not bad, but yeah, I was just hoping that it would hold, and it did. So we took the first partial over here at these equal lows, and then because I really didn't want to lose this trade for no reason, especially since we took a stop already. So we took a partial here, and then we took another partial under these lows, and my final partial would have been over here, but I trailed my stop in profit, and we got stopped out for, yeah, a little bit. So I am quite happy with this. The total P&L is $20 per account. So that's $80 in total. I told you guys, I'm going to be taking these accounts real slow, real nice and slow. I'm not trying to blow them. I've paid $800 for them. So that's 150 times 4, 600 in activation fees, and like 200 in challenge activate, like, You know what I mean, right? So yeah, they're free forever. I just have to not blow them. So I'm going to be taking them real slow. And today's price action was pretty terrible. I mean, the analysis was right. We had dollar, chopping around in here. I was looking to see if it wanted to take these highs out and these highs. It did not. Well, it's about to. But what I really wanted to happen was in the morning we run these highs and then we just go down. But we actually ran the lows first and then we came up here, and it's like a high resistance liquidity run to the downside because of all these fair value gaps and because we already took the stops in here. So yeah, not the best trading day, but I was very patient. I didn't find an entry to long in here. This would have been a very nice. I really wanted it to come back into here, but it came back into here. And on the 5 second, there was just no entry for me. Like this is what we got, and like this fair value gap didn't hold. There is an immediate rebalance, but I didn't really want to take that there because there's equal lows in here and everything, and my bias was bullish. But we don't have to take every single trade. And then yeah, it went all the way to our target. Over here also not much. Like I don't like these big fair value gaps. If after, so it held this perfectly to the tick. If it came back into this fair value gap, which I was watching, I would have definitely longed it, but it didn't, so I didn't trade it. Completely fine. And I'm not taking this is chasing it for me. I don't like it when it's already moved. I want to be in here before it moves, because at this point it could retrace more, so my stop has to be wider. But yeah, that is a little bit of an explanation. We're going off to a good start. I really just, once I saw this price action, I was like, damn, first day, 100K in funding, and we're just not going to take any trades. That's fine. But then it held this bearish, and I was like, okay, we can get some shorts in here. Not the most perfect entries, exits, price action, but I am quite happy with it. First day in the green. Subscribe to follow the journey, and I'll see you guys soon. Have an amazing trading week.